G'day guys, welcome to episode 169 of Ask Jack D. Today we take a question around how do you build awareness and how do you build audience for your social media pages so that you can reach more people and build something truly great.
28 and I'm trying to shape history, pulling from the sky for some strength to take with me, line up the stars, fly away quickly and push the world forward like a tidal wave hit me. I ride the wave swiftly, I fear no man, check my titles mate quickly, came from the sky with the light of day in me and grew my own wings.
G'day guys, welcome to episode 169. Today we are taking a great question about social media, and some of you will notice I've got my co-host back. He's no longer a puppy, he's fully grown now, but he's still the size of a puppy, and he's far more troublesome than he ever used to be, although we still love him, don't we, Rosie? Mr. Bear is back. How are you, Rosie?
I am great.
Good. Now, for all of you that have been tuning into our podcast, thank you very much. We've been getting a lot of questions on how do you ask us questions. Do so using the hashtag AskJackD and tag me. If you're on Instagram or Twitter, just tag me with my handle. It's just @JackDelosa on any platform. Use the hashtag AskJackD. We'll see your questions and then we will address one of them each day. Rosie, what's today's question?
Okay, so today's question comes from Kirsten. She says, Jack, how do you gain exposure for your idea and Facebook page that is growing daily?
How do you get exposure for your idea and Facebook page that is growing daily? Okay, and her name's Kirsten.
Yeah.
Cool. Kirsten, a few ways. Firstly, when we boil business down to its absolute essence, business is an exchange of value. Right, I will give you something of value and you will give me something of value, and there's an exchange that happens. That's what the sort of foundation of a transaction is, right? Often I think we view transactions in a business and in a life sense far too shallow. We need to go into the depths and into the substance of it. What that means in the game of content is that we need to build a page and build a place and build a destination that adds value to your audience's life or whatever they might come to you for, right? So in the world of Facebook or in the world of social media, that means posting things that really speak to the hearts and minds of your audience, that get engagement, that get people commenting, that get people sharing. So number one is share and build a content engine and destination that is truly valuable in the eyes, this is really important, in the eyes of your audience, right? You need to be having a dialogue that they care about. You need to be saying things that add value to them. You need to be saying things that they go, I didn't know that. Or they hear or they watch what you post, they go, wow, right? Or you ask them a question, they feel compelled to answer, and then you're having a dialogue, right? So view your social media as a platform and an opportunity for you to interact and give a lot of value to your audience while engaging in a two-way dialogue. Best thing about social media is that unlike 20 years ago where we had like television, radio and print, which was like media would be talking at the audience, media today is really a dialogue. It's not a monologue anymore. It's a two-way street. So be delivering value and encouraging engagement, which is encouraging comments, encouraging people to answer any of your questions, encouraging people to ask questions. This show is a great example of that, and interact with them. Through that engagement, through that sharing, you'll get an element of virality and it will start to build on itself. Because you're having a conversation that is one of high quality, right? There's a lot of noise out there. There's a lot of content out there. There isn't a lot of great content out there. So get into the hearts and minds of your audience and really speak to that. The second thing is develop content that can travel. So in the case of Kirsten, her page is around going through the journey of cancer. And so what I would do in your instance, Kirsten, is I would develop content that really educates and speaks to people who are going through that process in their life. And it might be coping mechanisms, it might be how to have conversations with family and friends, it might be how to have conversations and coach yourself through the process. Whatever it might be that you think is going to be really meaningful and rich for that audience. And then you will find other destinations where your audience are going, and it'll be that website and the Cancer Council website and all of those sorts of stuff. And you'll give them your content, you'll say, do you like it? And if they like it, then they'll post it. Essentially, you want to write great content that can travel and then at the end of your article that somebody else posts and their audience of a couple of 100,000 people see it is a mini bio on you and what you do at the bottom with a link back to your website or back to your Facebook page. Never both, only ever one call to action per content piece. So have it going back to, in this instance, I think your Facebook page, right? And so you're not only developing a great content destination on your page, but you're also developing great content that can travel and tap into the networks and communities that other people have bought to deliver more value to your audience and give them an invitation to come back to the destination, which is your Facebook page. The third thing I would say around engagement is find people where you can do cross-promotion with, right? In your game specifically, but in any game, it should be about getting in front of people who care, right? And so there will be other people on Facebook, on Instagram, on Snapchat, on Twitter, on LinkedIn that speak to your audience. Go and find those people and say, I will promote what you do and I will share your message and your page with my audience if you share my message and my page with your audience. And through cross-promotion with influencers that are native to each of the different platforms, you will see a substantial uplift in the number of people that are following you, only if you've subscribed to the first piece of advice I gave you, which is ensuring that there's great stuff there that speaks to the hearts and minds. People can see it's an engaged community, people can see it's an ongoing dialogue, and then your outreach, both in social and in other platforms with if you're posting stuff on websites and then you're doing stuff cross-promotional with influencers, it's all pointing back to Rome. All roads lead to Rome, Rome being your Facebook page. When they get to Rome, they love it because there's good stuff happening there. Those are the most effective ways to build an audience on social. The other thing you can do is competitions, right? There's some really good brands in Australia that do competitions well. We've never done that. We prefer to take a more sort of organic approach, I suppose, but competitions can work really well as well. Guys, in the comments below, what is your number one tip for growing an audience on a social media page? In the comments below, answer that question. I will be there. What is the number one advice you would give to Kirsten, who wants to grow her exposure and grow her audience for a Facebook page? If you guys are listening to this on the podcast, or if you're watching on a video, it doesn't matter. If you want to ask a question for Ask Jack D, use the hashtag AskJackD on any platforms, at Jack Delosa on Instagram and Twitter, and facebook.com/Delosa on Facebook. Submit your questions. We are loving having this ongoing dialogue with you all in the comments below. What piece of advice would you give to Kirsten? I look forward to speaking with you guys tomorrow.
So what that means right now is my head's in the cloud with my feet tied down. Looking at the world like it's me time now. Got my A-team here, left the B-side out.